Hello, welcome to high school basketball. I'm Merlin Rasmussen coming to you live here from Altamont High School. The Tabiona Tigers and the Altamont Longhorns getting ready for varsity boys action. We just finished the varsity girls game, a buzzer beater as Tabiona came away with the road victory, 48-46 on a shot that hit the back of the rim, bounced straight up, and then came back down for the game-winning shot in a very closely contested, well-played game by both the Tigers and the Longhorns. So we just wanted to let you know that we are here. The boys' game will start in about 11 minutes, and we will be back a little bit before that to have a bit of a pregame show and then be on the air with the Altamont Longhorns and the Tabiona Tigers.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know, people who care.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning. Why?
Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please.
Don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
The first thing I was feeling was a sharp pain in my chest, something I've never felt before. Walked into the ER, and as soon as I got to the door, they put 2 leads on me, then I was in full code. I was flown to the University of Utah where they proceeded to do surgery on me. Due to the prompt care I received at Ashley Regional, I've been saved and I feel blessed to continue on with my life.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right into your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Welcome to high school basketball by VTV. We're here at Altamont High School. I'm Merlin Rasmussen. The Longhorns will be hosting the Tabiona Tigers. This is a rematch of a game played up in Tabiona on January 13th, where the Tigers came away with a 4-point victory, 40-36. In that game, the Longhorns jumped out to an early lead. Then the Tigers came back, went on a run of their own in the second quarter and had a halftime lead, and then it was well-fought game all the way through the second half, and the Tigers end up coming away, hitting some key free throws down the stretch to come away with the victory, 40-36. These two teams are all within one game of each other in the standings. In Region 17, Duchesne and Rich are at top the standings with 5-1 records. And the Tigers then come in third place at 2-4, and the Longhorns are tied with Manila at 1-4. So the winner in tonight's game puts themselves in pretty good position as far as being able to lock up that number 3 seed in the state tournament. Some of the key players for first of all, the Tabiona Tigers, their leading scorer is number 2, Bo Bateman. He averages 12.7 points a game. He scored 14 when these two teams met up before. He's followed in the scoring column by Cameron Leffler. He's averaging 9 a game. In that game, Leffler scored 7, but he had 12 rebounds and played a very solid game. A lot of those rebounds coming on the offensive end, or excuse me, the offensive end, second chance opportunities for the Tigers. Coming in at 7 points a game is both Wyatt Fabrizio and Brennan Wagner. Fabrizio scored 9 in that game. Wagner only had 4. He got into early foul trouble and spent a majority of the first half on the bench because of foul problems. For the Altamont Longhorns, their leading scorer, averaging 11.7 points on the year, is 34, Cody Layton. Cody scored 10 in the game earlier against the Tigers, followed by Zach Hansen. He's averaging just over 11 at 11.1. Zach had 16 points and 18 rebounds, a double-double for Hansen in the game at Tabiona. He also got into some foul trouble and had to set a key portion of that game as well. Next leading scorer, just under 10 at 9.8, is Parker Rust. Parker only had 1 point in the game against the Tigers, but Parker's come on and played and scored significantly more in the Longhorns game since then. And then averaging 7.4 points a game is Cleo Christensen. Cleo had, he only had 3 points in the early meeting as well. Got into some foul trouble early on, much like Wagner did for the Tigers. Devin Lindsay's averaging just over 5 points a game, and Riley Brayman averaging 6 points a game. Keys to the game for both teams, they talked about rebounds. In the first game, the Longhorns out-rebounded the Tigers 34-30 in that game. A majority of that was done by Hansen as he came away with 18 boards. But as I mentioned earlier, Leffler had 12 rebounds in that game, and many of those were offensive rebounds that led to second chance opportunities for the Tigers. Coach Watson for the Longhorn wants to limit those second chance opportunities, keep the Tigers to just one shot, and then be able to get down and to get into their offense. The Tigers play a very solid defense. They will want to pressure on defense and make the Longhorns work for every shot that they can get. Looks like we're getting ready for the starting lineups. We did not receive from the coaches who their starters would be, but I would assume, as the Tigers most of the year have started Bateman number 2, along with Jackson Fabrizio number 3, Brennan Wagner number 4, and then Wyatt Fabrizio number 15, and then number 32, Cameron Leffler. That has been pretty much the starting lineup for the Tabiona Tigers. Longhorns have switched things up a little bit. Looks like they run pretty much a 6-man rotation. Looks like the 6th man tonight is going to be Cleo Christensen. So that'll mean Devin Lindsay, number 3, will be starting, along with number 11, Zach Hansen, number 23, Parker Rust, number 21, Riley Brayman, and then number 34, Cody Layton. So we'll go ahead and not sure if we're going to do another national anthem since we did that just before the girls' game, or if we're just going to go with the starting lineups and go. But while they're doing that, we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll be back for game action.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
All right, we are back. The lights are back on after the starting lineups were introduced. We're ready to jump center here. It'll be Zach Hansen for the Longhorns and Brennan Wagner for the Tigers. And here we are, controlled by the Longhorns. Rust will go to Devin Lindsay. Devin yo-yos the dribble out top. Now goes to Layton. Layton quickly off the hands of Hansen and picked up by Wagner. He will go now to Leffler. Leffler brings it across half court. And Leffler working on the left side. Goes back to Fabrizio. Now to Bateman. Bateman will back it back out for the Tigers. Goes to Fabrizio. That's Jackson Fabrizio. He'll fire up a three-pointer. It is good. Three-pointer Jackson Fabrizio to start the scoring. Tigers lead 3-0. 7:26 to go here in the first half. Lindsay called for a double dribble as he tried to go behind the back and got hung up. So it'll be a turnover for the Longhorns. Give the ball back to the Tabiona Tigers. Bo Bateman will bring it across for the Tigers. Goes to Fabrizio. Now to Leffler. Working against Bremen. Leffler drives, now kicks out to Fabrizio, fires up another three-pointer. This one no good. Riley Bremen with the rebound, quickly to Lindsay, now to Rust. Rust crosses over. He will drive, has a ball blocked out of bounds, and looks like a foul is going to be charged to number 15, Wyatt Fabrizio. That'll be his first, the team first. It'll put Parker Rust at the line to shoot 2 for the Longhorns. Parker, the junior, fires up his first free throw, nothing but net. It is good for Parker Rust. He will have one more. And it is up and good as well. So Parker cuts the lead to 3-2 as the Tabiona Tigers with Jackson Fabrizio bring it across the timeline. He will pick up his dribble, go to Wyatt Fabrizio. Now over to Bateman. Bateman being guarded there by Layton. He goes back to Fabrizio, working top of the circle. Now to Jackson. Jackson crosses over and will drive, spin, gets inside, pass to Wagner, out to Leffler. Three-pointer up by Leffler. It is good. Second three-pointer of the game for the Tigers. They lead 6-2. Quickly down to Rust. Now inside to Bremen. Bremen double-teamed, and he will put the shot up. They're going to call a foul. Let's see who they call that on. Looks like that's going to be on Wagner. So that'll be Wagner's first. As we mentioned, foul trouble plagued Wagner in their first game. And Bremen will be at the line to shoot 2. His first shot is up and good for Riley Bremen. 6-3, the Tigers lead. 6:29 to go here in the first quarter. Riley Bremen with one more. It is good as well. Little pressure being applied here by the Tigers. Bateman goes to Wyatt Fabrizio. He will get it across the timeline. Now to Leffler. Leffler backs it back out from the baseline. Goes to Wyatt Fabrizio. Now to Bateman. Bateman with the left-handed dribble. He will cross it over. Guarded there by Lindsay. He will now spin, and we're going to have a travel. Lost control a little bit, got up in the air, and a travel there. Turnover for the Tigers. 6-4 our score early here in the first quarter. Devin Lindsay will bring it across for the Altamont Longhorns. Goes to Parker Russ working on the wing. Parker down inside to Hansen, but we're going to have a foul away from the ball. I believe that's going to be on Bremen. So a foul for Riley will be Tabiona ball. Be Bateman that'll bring it across for the Tigers. Goes to Jackson Fabrizio, inside to Wagner. Wagner with pump fake, now kicks it out to Leffler. Leffler being guarded there by Bremen. Cross court to Fabrizio. His shot is up, no good off the rim. However, offensive rebound, but we're going to have another foul. This will be against the Longhorns. I think they're going to call that on Cody Layton. That'll be Cody's first. And Devin Lindsay will come out of the game, and Clell Christensen will check in for the Longhorns. Wyatt Fabrizio gets it into Bateman. He'll fire up a three-pointer on the inbound, and it is good. The third three-pointer early on here in the first quarter for the Tigers. They lead 9-4. Parker Russ brings it across for the Longhorns. Goes to Layton. Now to Christensen. To Hansen. Hansen bring it back to the middle of the circle to Parker Russ. Parker yo-yo in the dribble. He will spin inside, put the shot up, blocked away, and going to be knocked out of bounds by Parker, they say. It'll be Tiger ball, 9-4. Tigers with the early 5-point lead. Bateman will bring it across. He will go to Wyatt Fabrizio. Fabrizio now goes to Jackson Fabrizio, who hands off to Bateman. His runner is up, no good, off the rim. Tipped away, and an offensive rebound there by Wyatt Fabrizio. Cross-court pass to Bateman. Bateman with the pump fake, now the drive, and charging going to be the call against Bo Bateman, as I believe that was Zach Hansen who stood his ground, and Bateman called for the offensive foul. So Devin Lindsay going to check back in for the Longhorns, going to replace Cody Layton. So it'll be Christensen, Rust, Lindsay, Brayman, and Hanson on the court for the Longhorns. Rust will bring it across. Goes to Brayman. Now to Devin Lindsay. Devin working on the right side. Out top to Brayman. Brayman going to be called for the travel as he took off before the dribble. That'll be a turnover. Bateman will go back to Wyatt Fabrizio. Wyatt will bring it across slowly. Now he picks up the pace. Works around a couple of screens. Back to Leffler. His three-pointer is up and good. Cameron Leffler's second three-pointer of the game and the fourth early on here in the quarter for the Tigers. They lead 12-4. Brayman inside. Shot up and good. Bateman will now go to Wagner. Wagner back out to Bateman. Now to Fabrizio. He goes to Leffler. Leffler will drive. Now kick it out to Bateman. Fire up another three-pointer. This one's long, no good. Rebound by Brayman. Gets it off to Devin Lindsay. Devin will go to Parker Rust. Parker looking inside to Brayman. Now back out top to Lindsay. Goes to Christensen. Christensen will work off a screen from Hanson. Pulled up at the free throw line. Shot up. It is good. Cleo Christensen cuts it to a 12-8 lead. 3:26 to go here in the first quarter. Tigers lead. Leffler with the ball. Fires up another three-pointer. It is off the rim. No good. Zach Hanson brings down the board and gets it off to Devin Lindsay. Devin goes to Christensen. Christensen back to Lindsay. Now to Hanson. Hanson top of the circle. Now goes to Lindsay. Lindsay will call out the play. Zach goes over to Parker. Now inside to Christensen. Christensen, nice move up and under and no good. Rebound. There's Leffler working on the boards there for the Tigers. He will bring the ball down. Goes off to Jackson Fabrizio. He will drive, spin, cut off, but he gets the shot up over Rust. Ball is batted around. Wagner comes away with the save, gets it to Wyatt Fabrizio. Now to Bateman. Bateman off to Leffler. Three-pointer fired up from the corner. It is good. 3 3-pointers and 9 early points here for Cameron Leffler. All the Tigers' points coming off three-pointers. Longhorns will try one of their own from Christensen. It's no good. Rebound there by Leffler. 15-8 our score. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Altamont High School and Tabiona High School. Fabrizio goes off to Leffler. Leffler will drive this time, kick it off to Fabrizio. He'll fire up a three-pointer. It's no good. Rust comes away with the rebound. Parker with a nice pass down to Christensen. Christensen, nice up and under for the layup. 4 points for Cleo Christensen here in the early going. It's a 5-point lead for the Tigers. Leffler goes now to Wyatt Fabrizio. He'll kick it off to Wagner. Wagner spins in the lane, has it knocked away. Coming away with the ball is Devin Lindsay. Devin will bring it down. He will drive, kick it off to Ross. Fire up a three-pointer. It is off the back of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound by Hanson. His shot is up, no good. And Bateman will come away with the defensive board for the Tigers. Bateman will slow it down a little bit, call out a play. Guarded there by Lindsay. He now goes stolen away by Christensen. He was trying to get it to Fabrizio, and now we're going to have a little foul there by Bateman, and that'll be 2 on Bateman. So Bo Bateman, the leading scorer, coming in averaging 12.7 points a game for the Tigers. He will pick up his second foul, and Daniel Ludwig will come off the bench for the Tigers. Cody Layton will check back in for the Longhorns. He'll replace Parker Rust. Christensen gets it into Brayman. Brayman goes to Lindsay. Lindsay to Hanson. Back to Devin Lindsay. Devin gets a call from Coach Watson. Goes off to Christensen. Now back to Layton. 39 seconds to go. Layton will drive, puts the shot up, no good. Tipped around, and finally Layton comes away with it. kicks it off. Hanson will fire up a three-pointer. Good. Zach Hanson for three. 15-13 the score. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Wyatt Fabrizio holds the ball. Devin Lindsay on him. Wyatt will now dribble. He will kick it off to Jackson Fabrizio. Shot up by Wagner and no good. Rebound by Cody Layton with 2 seconds. Layton will fire it up long and no good. So after one, it's Tabiona 15, the Longhorns 13. We'll be back after a quick break.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. We'd like to thank our many fine sponsors for bringing you high school basketball. L&L Motor wants to remind you that it's the love of the game, the players, the competition, and the die-hard fans that matter most. Let each mile you drive in your L&L vehicle take you to the moments that matter most in your life. L&L Motor, proud sponsor of high school basketball, high school sports in general, here on VTV. Tabiona 15, the Longhorns 13. A very well-played first quarter for both teams. All 15 points for the Tigers coming off of the three ball. They'll go to Ludwig. Ludwig looks, goes to Wagner. Wagner now out to Leffler. Leffler with three three-pointers in the first quarter. Off to Jackson Fabrizio. Now goes to Wyatt Fabrizio. He will hold high, looks over in the corner to Leffler. Leffler kicks it off to Ludwig. Hanson guarding Ludwig there. Now off to Wagner. Wagner looking inside, looks for a cutter. He's got Leffler. Leffler shot inside, no good, gets that rebound, puts it up. Finally, Hanson cleans the board for the Longhorns, gets it off to Layton. Layton goes to Christensen. Christensen drives and contact, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Christensen as Wagner stood his ground, never moved. Clael bumped into him, and so it will be an offensive foul on the junior for the Longhorns. Jackson Fabrizio will be replaced by Bo Bateman. Bateman with a couple of early fouls in that first quarter. He gets a quick breather and is back in with 7:09 to go here in the second quarter. He has the ball out high for the Tigers. Layton guarding him. He will work off of a Fabrizio screen. Off to Leffler, fires up another three-pointer. This one no good. Zach Hanson with the rebound. Goes to Lindsay. Longhorns looking to push. It's into Christensen, and Christensen dropped it off of his foot. Initially they said it was Longhorn ball. Then they change and say it was off of Christensen, which looks like to be the correct call. So they'll get it into Bateman. The Longhorns, a little pressure ball stolen away by Brayman. Brayman quickly gets it to Lindsay, and Lindsay's layup is good. So a little pressure and some good defense there by the Longhorns force a turnover. An easy bucket makes it a 15-15 game. Now Wagner chases it down, gets it off to Ludwig. Ludwig's shot is up and good. First 2-point shot of the game for the Tigers. Makes it a 2-point lead. Tabiona. Lindsay pulls up, shot up, off the rim, no good. Ludwig clears the rebound for the Tigers, goes to Bateman. Bateman gonna slow it down. He'll bring it across the timeline. Now goes off to Wyatt Fabrizio. Leffler now inside to Wagner. Wagner lurking low, goes to Ludwig. Ludwig's shot is up and good. Back-to-back buckets for Daniel Ludwig. Only averaging 2 a game. He's already got 4. Layton works off a screen, goes to Lindsay, who then finds Brayman, and Brayman's shot is up and good. 2-point lead for the Tigers. Bateman goes off to Wyatt Fabrizio, now to Wagner. Wagner will drive and put up a left-handed shot. It is good for Brennan Wagner. His first basket of the game makes it a 4-point lead for the Tigers. Ball into Hansen. We're going to have a foul on Ludwig. That'll be his first. Parker Rust will check in. Going to replace Devin Lindsay. He'll join Layton, Brayman, Hansen, and Christensen. Fabrizio, Ludwig, Leffler, and Bateman. Blocked there by Leffler, pulled away by Ludwig. And they'll go to Wyatt Fabrizio. He'll now go to Bateman. Bateman fires up a long three-pointer off the rim, no good. Ludwig knocks it away. Hansen comes around, has the ball on the ground, but they're going to call a timeout. So the Longhorns will take a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Strata Networks is proud to bring you live coverage of local sports. Enjoy reliable coverage and unbeatable speeds from the company that brings you more local cell sites than any other carrier. Nationwide 4G LTE coverage and the latest devices from your favorite brands. Strata Network is proud to be your local wireless provider. Right now, get a 4G smartphone for $0 down and an upgrade as early as ends in 1 year with Strata Plus. Learn more at stratanetworks.com. Strata Networks brings you the latest mobile devices for your family, your favorite brands. Visit them today. Buy one, get one on one select smartphone. Strata Networks, we connect lives. All right, 4:53 to go here in the second quarter. The Tigers lead by 4. Longhorns will inbound. It'll be Layton to bring it across. He goes to Brayman, now out to Christensen, fires up a three-pointer in and out, no good. Wyatt Fabrizio finally comes away with the rebound for the Tigers. He will push it, goes off to Bateman. Bateman back to Fabrizio, now to Wagner. Wagner will go to Leffler. Leffler working off a screen. Goes back to Wagner. Wagner will drive, spin, put the shot up. It is no good. Riley Brayman with the rebound for the Longhorns. They'll kick it off to Parker Rust. Rust will drive, and they're going to be called for a travel. Good defense there by Wyatt Fabrizio. Cuts Parker off. He had nowhere to go, so a turnover by the Longhorns. Brayman will check out. Lindsay will check back in for the Longhorns. And Fabrizio going to bring it across. He will go to Bateman. 4-point lead for the Tigers. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And we're going to have a travel, I believe. Yes. As Wagner. It was a good pass on the baseline. But Wagner called for the travel. So turnover for the Tigers. Layton will bring it across. Goes to Lindsay. Lindsay calls out the play. Now he goes back to Layton. Layton works off of a screen, kicks it to Lindsay. Lindsay goes down inside to Hansen, knocked away there by Wagner. And a nice job to save the ball from going out of bounds and throw it off of Hansen. So it'll be Tiger ball. Stolen away by Layton, and he saves it to Rust. Now goes to Christensen. Christensen will drive, put the shot up, no good. Too strong, and now we're going to have a foul. That'll be on Christensen. That'll be 2 on Christensen. Home crowd doesn't agree. Look, they were looking for a jump ball there, but they're going to call the foul on Christensen. That'll be 2 on Clael. Tigers will inbound to Bateman. Bateman drives, puts the shot up, and it is good. Bo Bateman with a quick little crossover out at the top of the circle and was able to get to the basket and convert a nice layup. Lindsay will go over to Layton, now back to Lindsay. His three-pointer up, no good. And I think that's going to be number 3 on Christensen. So on a foul as he hailed Bateman as Bateman was trying to go for the rebound. So Zach Hansen will come back in. He will replace Clell Christensen. And the Tigers, with a 6-point lead, will have the ball. 2:55 to go here in the first half. Bateman to Leffler. Leffler looks, now goes to Bateman, who worked off a couple of screens, puts up a shot. It is no good. However, Leffler had a rebound, but he's going to be called for a foul, so that'll be foul number 1 on Cameron Leffler. Longhorns will inbound to Lindsay. Lindsay goes off to Rust. Rust will go over to Brayman. Brayman looks, finally goes to Layton, or excuse me, Lindsay. And Devin will spin, kick it off to Brayman. Brayman drives partially, then kicks it off. And we're gonna have a travel as Devin was going one direction, the ball was going the other, so it'll be a turnover for the Longhorns, just kind of out of sync that entire possession. With just over 2 minutes to go, Tabby will bring it across. That's going to be Fabrizio. He will work off the Leffler screen and drive and fire the shot up. It's going to be good. Nice job, but just keep working at it there for Wyatt Fabrizio. Gets his first points of the night. Opens up an 8-point lead. Cody Layton will fire up a three-pointer, no good. Rebound there by Jackson Fabrizio. He will quickly get it across and has it poked away by Parker Rust. But it'll be Tabiona ball as they lead by 8 here in the first half. 1:42 to go. Rust will guard Fabrizio. Bateman now with the ball. He'll work off of a screen and has the ball knocked away. Zach Hansen comes away with it. Good defense there by the Longhorns to poke it away from Bateman. Lindsay will now have it. He works off to Hansen. Hansen will kick it to Lindsay. Lindsay calls out the play, goes to Rust. 1:15 to go here in the first half. Parker Rust goes to Cody Layton. Layton looking inside at Hansen. Now we'll go out top to Rust. Rust will drive, kick it off to Lindsay. And Lindsay goes back to Parker. Now over to Devin. Inside, knocked away by Wagner. Saved once again to Fabrizio. And Rust with good defense here in the backcourt. Fabrizio gets it to Fabrizio. Now inside to Wagner. Wagner kicks it out to Jackson Fabrizio. He will go to Wyatt Fabrizio. Three-pointers fired up. No good. Devin Lindsay will get the loose ball. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. The Tigers lead by 8. Longhorns probably work for that last shot as there is now 25 seconds to go. Lindsay goes back out to Layton. Layton will go to Rust. Parker will drive. He'll put the shot up. It is good. Parker Rust. 6 seconds to go. Fabrizio drives, kicks it off to Wagner. He'll fire up a three-pointer, no good. Devin will throw it full court. And at the end of the first half, it's the Tabiona Tigers 25, the Longhorns 19. We'll go ahead and hear a word from our sponsors, then we'll be back with some halftime statistics.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
I've got a job to do today.
I I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
The first thing I was feeling was a sharp pain in my chest, something I've never felt before. Walked into the ER, and as soon as I got to the door, they put 2 leads on me, then I was in full code. I was flown to the University of Utah where they proceeded to do surgery on me. Due to the prompt care I received at Ashley Regional, I've been saved and I feel blessed to continue on with my life.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know, people who care.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning. Why?
Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please.
Don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Founded in 1946 by the Savage family with a single truck, today, Savage is the leader in supply chain management solutions that are tailored to meet the needs of our customers across a variety of industries. We are a proud sponsor of high school sports coverage and the community here in the Uinta Basin.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back. We are at halftime. The Tabiona Tigers 25, the homestanding Altamont Longhorns 19. After a frantic first quarter that saw the Tigers lead 15-13, the second quarter slowed down a little bit as the Tigers were able to score 10 points in the second quarter and the Longhorns managed just 6. So it is now a 6-point lead for the Tigers. First half leaders for the Tigers, Cameron Leffler with 3 3-pointers in that first quarter. He leads all scorers with 9. Bo Bateman has a 3-pointer and a bucket for 5. Jackson Fabrizio has a 3-pointer. He got the scoring started. He has 3 points. Brennan Wagner with a bucket, as does Wyatt Fabrizio. And then off the bench for the Tigers, with some solid minutes and some solid offense, is Daniel Ludwig. Ludwig came in when Bateman picked up his second foul. He wasn't in for that long, but he had 4 points, a couple of buckets. And that is 25 points for the Tigers here in this first half. For the Longhorns, their leading scorer is Riley Brayman. Brayman has 6 points, hit a couple of free throws, and also has a couple of buckets. Then Cleo Christensen has a couple of buckets for 4. Parker Rust a bucket and a couple of free throws for 4 as well. Zach Hansen has a 3-pointer, and then Devin Lindsay has a basket. And so that will make it the score we have right here, which is the Tigers 25, the Longhorns 19. Again, this game is the rematch of a game played earlier in Tabiona where the Tigers came away with a 4-point victory. That game was tightly played, just as this game has been, so we expect nothing less here in the second half as these two teams battle for a place in third in the region. The Tigers, currently with a record of 2-4, have a stranglehold on that third place spot, but the Longhorns with 1-4 are looking to take the lead therein or tie the Tigers for third place. All right, we're ready for third quarter action, and it'll be the Longhorns that'll inbound. It's Cody Layton. He's going to kick it off to Devin Lindsay. Devin will call the play. Now he goes off to Rust. Rust now to Brayman. Brayman with the bounce pass, stolen away by Fabrizio. He'll quickly get it out to Wagner. He's unable to hang on to the pass, and Zach Hansen quickly snatches it away. So a couple of turnovers for each team as we have the early going of this third quarter. And a foul there by Brayman. As Brayman Riley went to set a screen, and he's asking the official, what did I do? Coach Watson was asking the same thing, but an offensive foul will give the ball back over to the Tigers. So back-to-back turnovers for the Longhorns. So they trail by 6. The Tigers, Cameron Leffler will spin. He will now go out to Bateman. Bateman back to Leffler. Leffler will fake the 3, then he'll drive, put the shot up, and it is good. Cameron Leffler, first player in double figures tonight, as he has 11 for the Tigers. Rust to Layton. Layton will kick it off to Lindsey, but we're going to have a foul first. See who they called that on. I think that was Jackson Fabrizio, number 3. That's his first. No real foul trouble for either team. Cleo Christensen has 3 for the Longhorns. Lindsey's three-pointer up, no good. Offensive rebound for Hansen goes out to Layton. Now off to Lindsey, inside to Brayman. Back to Lindsey. Lindsey will drive, pop, and his shot is off the front iron, no good. Parker Rust with the offensive rebound and the shot up and good. Nice work there by Parker. Probably the shortest guy in the court right now, able to come away with that rebound and put it up and in for the Longhorns. Leffler will work on this left side. He will drive, has the ball knocked out of bounds. Leffler being much more aggressive on the offensive end tonight than he was in the previous game. Did a lot of good things for the Tigers, rebounding and different things, but he's looked to score tonight, and he's done it. Leads all scorers with 11. Kicks it off to Fabrizio, now off to Wyatt Fabrizio. His three-pointer is up and good. 30-21, a 9-point lead. Parker Rust spins, fires, no good. Hansen had the rebound, and him and Brayman kind of tussled for it. That allowed Wagner to come away with the jump ball, so it'll be Tiger ball. Lindsey will be replaced by Christensen. A little pressure being applied here by the Tigers, on the Tigers by the Longhorns. They'll go Jackson to Bateman. Now Bateman has it poked away by Brayman. Brayman unable to save it as it goes out of bounds. 5:56 to go here in the third. Tigers by 9. Out to Bateman, now over to Jackson Fabrizio. He goes to Bateman. Bateman yo-yos the dribble to Wyatt Fabrizio. Works off the screen by Leffler, goes to Leffler, now back to Fabrizio. Fabrizio will drive, nice entry pass to Wagner. And there's going to be a foul on the Longhorns. I believe that is going to be 4 on Christensen. As Christensen got Wagner from behind. So Wagner will be shooting a couple. And his first one is no good. Devin Lindsey will be back in for Cleo Christensen. Wagner will shoot one more. And his second shot is no good. Long rebound fought for between Wyatt Fabrizio and Devin Lindsey. Devin will come away with it. And Devin will drive, spin, kick it off to Hansen. Three-pointer up and banks in for Zach Hansen, his second 3 of the game. Cuts the lead to 6. Pressure now being applied by the Longhorns. Bateman picks up the dribble, is able to get it across to Wyatt Fabrizio. Now across court to Jackson. Over to Bateman. Bateman will drive, has the ball batted away, but it goes right to Wagner. Wagner's shot no good. Hansen with the rebound. Rust with the long pass to Lindsey. Lindsey goes cross to Hansen. Hansen will drive. Back to Layton. Fire up a three-pointer, no good. And Wagner and Brayman battle for it. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Tiger ball. 4:48 to go here in the third. A little pressure again being applied by the Tigers, or on the Tigers by the Longhorns. And turnover. Brayman comes away with the steal. He will now drive, and he's going to be fouled by Fabrizio. That'll be Jackson Fabrizio's second. So that'll put the Longhorns inbounding under their basket. Rust set to inbound. And he will go to Lindsay. Lindsay works top of the circle, goes to Hansen, then to Rust. Now inside to Brayman. Brayman spins, left-handed shot up and good for Riley Brayman. Pressure again by the Longhorns, stolen away. Brayman knocks it away, then goes to Lindsay, hasn't knocked away, but Rust comes away with it. Goes to Brayman. Brayman with that left hand this time, no good. Leffler with the rebound and picks up that dribble, goes to Bateman. Bateman's going to get it across the timeline for Wagner. Wagner spins, goes to Bateman, three-pointer up and no good. Rust with the rebound. Parker will go off to Layton. Layton works off the Lindsay screen, back to Rust. Now to Devin, top of the circle. Devin calls out the play. He'll go over to Hansen, now to Rust. Rust goes to Devin Lindsay, top of the circle. Devin being guarded there by Jackson Fabrizio. He goes behind the back, off to Brayman. His shot is no good. And Brayman looked like he knocked it off Fabrizio, is what the home crowd's saying. The official says no, it was off of Lindsay, and it'll be Tiger ball. And they're able to break the pressure as Wagner puts the shot up, no good. Was down and came out. Brayman comes away with the rebound. Rust will go to Layton. Layton yo-yos the dribble, goes, tries to get to Lindsay, and Fabrizio, nice job, able to get it there. I think they're going to call a foul on Parker Rust. It'll be the first on Parker. And we're going to have a timeout by the Longhorns. That'll give us a chance to thank another one of our fine sponsors, Ashley Regional, making communities healthier, Dr. Burke Young and Dr. Adam Madsen, providing orthopedic care at Ashley Regional. Need a family physician? Visit our website at ashleyregional.com for a list of all of our physicians. That's Ashley Regional. Also, Moon Lake Electric, in operation since 1938, owned by the people they serve. Moon Lake is a cooperative, not privately owned, providing power to the area since 1938. Find them and like them on Facebook, Moon Lake Electric. Also have Savage, a proud sponsor of VTV's coverage of high school basketball. We thank all of our many fine sponsors as they allow us to bring you high quality high school sports, basketball, football. Leffler set to inbound for the Tigers. He will go to Wagner, who now goes to Fabrizio. Back to Leffler. He'll fire up a three-pointer. It is off the rim, no good. Brayman with the rebound. He'll go to Rust. It's a 4-point lead for the Tigers, 2:43 to go. Devin Lindsay with the dribble for the Longhorns now after Rust. Rust, nice entry pass. And Brayman's shot is knocked away there by Leffler. Good defense by the Tigers. And Leffler fires it long to Wagner, now cross court and over the head of Fabrizio. And it'll be a turnover for the Tigers. Cody Layton will inbound to Lindsay. Lindsay off to Rust. Rust now on the backdoor pass to Layton. We're going to have a foul on the Tigers. See what they called that on. Ludwig's going to come in. He'll replace Wagner. The foul was on Jackson Fabrizio. Nope, excuse me, it was on Bateman. That's 3 on Bateman. Zach Hansen throws long to Lindsay. Contact but no foul called. Devin will go inside to Hansen. He's going to be fouled. Zach will go to the line and shoot a couple. I believe that was on Ludwig, his second. Zach Hansen. First free throw up and good. Zach will have one more. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Shot up by Hansen. It is good. 2-point game now. Bateman. Pressure by the Longhorns. He'll go cross court. Knocked away out of bounds by Parker Rust. Jackson Fabrizio set the inbound for the Tigers. He'll go in the backcourt to Bateman. Bateman will bring it across. Crossover, gets by Layton, kicks it off to Fabrizio. Fabrizio drives and spins, puts the shot up, and it is good. Nice move there by Jackson Fabrizio. And nice entry pass to Brayman. That was Lindsay with the nice pass, and Riley's able to finish. 1:33 to go. And it is a timeout by the Tigers. It'll be a 30-second timeout. L&L Motor wants to remind you that it's the love of the game, the players, the competition, and the die-hard fans that matter most. Let each mile you drive in your L&L vehicle take you to the moments that matter most in your life. L&L Motor, a proud sponsor of high school sports here on VTV. Two-point game with 1:29 to go in the third quarter. The Tigers will be inbounding. Looks like it'll be Wyatt Fabrizio to inbound. He will go to Leffler. Leffler now goes off to Jackson Fabrizio. His shot is up, off the rim, no good. Batted around, Cooper Rust nearly had it, but Fabrizio comes away with it and poked out of bounds by Lindsay. It'll be Tiger ball. Bateman will inbound. He will go to Wyatt Fabrizio. Wyatt will work. And he will run over Parker Rust. Nothing called. Devin Lindsay, excuse me, that was Cooper Rust that was run over. Devin Lindsay knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Tiger ball, 1:06 to go. 2-point game. Leffler with the ball for the Tigers. Guarded there by Cooper. Cooper works around the screen. Now he's going to be called for a foul. Home crowd not pleased with that call, as they thought Cooper was fouled just a few seconds before. Brayman will check in for Hansen. He'll join Rust, Lindsay, and Layton for the Longhorns. Into Bateman. Bateman goes to the basket, and he will finish. Now off to Rust. 47 seconds to go. The Tigers lead by 4. Nice backdoor play to Lindsay, but we're going to have a foul called first. It'll be Longhorn ball out of bounds. Foul was on Leffler. That's his second. Into Layton, three-pointer fired up and just long, no good. Jackson Fabrizio with the rebound. He goes off to Leffler and knocked out of bounds by the Longhorns. That's Parker Rust, who's able to poke it out of bounds. Inbounding will be Fabrizio. Goes to Ludwig. Now back to Jackson Fabrizio. He'll go across to Bateman. He'll fire up a long three-pointer. It is good. Bo Bateman will extend the lead to 7 with 22 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Devin Lindsay with the ball. He'll have it knocked away and stolen by Leffler. 2-on-1 break. He'll go off to Fabrizio. His shot is up and good. Wyatt Fabrizio. The Tigers able to extend here to 9-point lead with 4 seconds to go. Layton fires up a three-pointer. It is off the rim. No good. And that will end the third quarter. Longhorns 30, Tigers 39. We'll be back.
Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
All right, we're back. 8 minutes remain here in the game. Fourth quarter action. Tabby 39, Altamont 30. Longhorns with the ball. That'll be Cody Layton, one of two seniors for the Longhorns. Brings it across, puts a shot up, short off the rim, no good. Rebound there by Leffler. He'll go to Bateman. Bateman gonna push it. And Bateman now goes over to Wyatt Fabrizio. Wyatt will drive, work off of a couple of screens, and now pass it to Bateman. Bateman goes to Leffler. Leffler will fire up a three-pointer. It is good. Cameron Leffler with his fourth three-pointer of the night extends the lead to the biggest of the game, as it is now a 12-point lead for the Tabiona Tigers, 42-30. Just over 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Zach Hansen goes to Parker Rust. He will now work to Riley Brayman. Brayman goes to Lindsay now. Inside to Rust. Rust back out to Lindsay. Lindsay will drive, kick it off to Hansen. Hansen now on the drive. He'll put the shot up, and he's going to be fouled. He'll shoot a couple. I think they're going to call that on Leffler. That'll be his third. He's asking, what did I do? Hansen will shoot two. He's 2 for 2 tonight and misses the first. That three-pointer by Leffler, like I said, his fourth of the game, opens up a 12-point lead for the Tigers. As Hansen will have one more. It is up and good. Pressure being applied as Leffler goes to Bateman, but we're going to have a timeout by the Tigers before. Strata Networks is proud to help bring you live coverage of local sports. Enjoy reliable coverage and unbeatable speeds from the company that brings you more local cell sites than any other carrier. Nationwide 4G LTE coverage and the latest devices from your favorite brands. Strata Networks is proud to be your local wireless provider. Right now, get a 4G smartphone for $0 down and upgrade in as early as 1 year with Strata Plus. Learn more at stratanetworks.com. We thank Strata for being a fine sponsor of high school sports here on VTV. 6:42, Tigers ball, and they lead by 11. Wyatt Fabrizio go to Leffler. Leffler goes off to Bateman. He'll fire up a three-pointer off the rim. No good. There's Leffler with the offensive rebound. And again, second chance opportunities here for the Tigers with 11-point lead. Leffler We'll go across to Bateman. Bateman now to Wyatt Fabrizio. His shot is no good. Tipped out once again, and Jackson Fabrizio will come away with the loose ball. Has it knocked away by Russ. Then he's going to be called for a travel. He was fouled, but it was after the travel, the official says. So it'll be a turnover for the Tigers with 6:08. Christensen's going to check back in. He'll replace Lindsay. Tigers lead by 11. Parker Russ to bring it across. He goes off the side to Layton. Layton will drive baseline. Gets it to Brayman. Brayman works in traffic, and he's going to be fouled. Foul on Wagner. It'll be 2 on Wagner. That'll put Riley Brayman at the line. Riley's 2 for 2 tonight. And he's short on the first one, but will have one more as Longhorns looking to cut into that 11-point lead. Riley's second shot is up and good. It is now a 10-point lead for the Tigers. Fabrizio will fire to Fabrizio. Now to Wagner. Out to Jackson. Over to Wyatt. Now back to Jackson. And now to Wyatt once again. Wyatt will look. He will go to Wagner. Now he'll quickly go back out to Fabrizio, then to Jackson, then to Leffler, then to Bateman. Bateman's going to drive baseline, put a shot up, and he will be fouled. And he's going to go to the free throw line. We'll see who that's on. Going to call it on Brayman. That'll be 3 on Riley. That'll put Bateman at the line to shoot a couple. His first one is up and good. First free throw of the night for Bo Bateman is good. He'll have one more. His second shot is up and good as well. Back to a 12-point lead for the Tabby Tigers. Layton goes off to Rust. Rust inside to Brayman. That's going to be a foul on Wagner. That'll be 3 on Brennan. It'll be 1-1 for Riley Brayman. Riley is 3 for 4 tonight from the free throw line. 5:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Riley's shot is up and off the rim, no good. Rebound there by the Tigers. That's Leffler. He will work out of a double team and go cross court to Fabrizio. Now back to Bateman and now to Leffler. The Tigers with a 12-point lead, going to spread things out, run their offense, look for a shot. Fabrizio will go to Bateman. Bateman now goes to Leffler. Leffler's going to fire up a three-pointer. It's off the rim, no good. However, offensive rebound there by Fabrizio. He'll go to Jackson Fabrizio. Nice pass inside to Wagner. Knocked away by Brayman. Hansen will come away with it. He'll get it off to Layton. Layton with a crossover move. Fires up a shot inside. No good. And Cameron Leffler with the rebound quickly goes to Bateman. Bateman able to pass the ball before contact with Parker Rust. Bateman now gets it back and fires up a three-pointer. No good. Cameron Leffler with the offensive rebound. And he will get it to Wagner, who will go to Jackson Fabrizio. 4:10 to go here in the quarter, or in the game. And Wyatt Fabrizio with the long cross-court pass to Leffler. Now to Jackson Fabrizio. He'll go out to Bateman. 4 minutes. And Bateman will go to Leffler, and we're going to have a foul on Brayman. That'll be Riley's 4th. And it'll be Tiger ball out of bounds. 3:55, Tigers lead by 12. And Bateman has an open shot. He misses it. Rebound by Hansen. He'll go off to Layton. Now back to Zach. He'll go to Rust. Rust will drive. Circus shot up, no good. Wyatt Fabrizio with the rebound goes to Leffler. And Leffler will be fouled there by Rust. That'll be 2 on Parker, and that's going to put Leffler at the line to shoot 1-1. Leffler has not attempted a free throw so far tonight. Cody Layton will be replaced by Devin Lindsay, and Leffler will be at the line shooting 1-1. Leffler with 4 3-pointers and a 2-point basket, looking for his first points from the free throw line, and it is good for Leffler. Opens up the biggest lead of the game. It is a 13-point lead for the Tabiona Tigers. And the second shot is up and good as well. So a 14-point lead by the Tigers. Rust goes to Lindsay. Lindsay has it knocked away by Fabrizio. Wyatt Fabrizio off to Jackson. Fabrizio back to Wyatt. Wyatt now goes cross court to Jackson, over to Bateman. And Bateman to Jackson, now to Leffler. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, and Rust will be called for foul number 3 on Parker. And that's going to put Leffler at the line to shoot 1-1. He is 2 for 2. With 3 minutes to go, the Tabiona Tigers with a 14-point lead. Leffler will shoot one. And it is no good. Zach Hansen comes away with the rebound. He'll go to Devin Lindsay. Devin goes to Christensen. Christensen looks, now goes back to Lindsay, off to Hansen. Hansen will drive, spin, puts the shot up. No good, there's contact. He's going to be fouled. He'll shoot a couple. That'll be Leffler with his 4th. Hansen will shoot. And it is up and good. 4 of 6 tonight for Zach. He'll have another. And it is good. Pressure being applied by the Longhorns. Fabrizio still being hounded there by Lindsay. He'll go to Leffler, middle of the court. And Leffler gets it to Fabrizio. Fabrizio now to Bateman. Bateman will go back to Fabrizio. 2.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Tigers lead by 12. Bateman now to Leffler. Leffler goes to Wyatt Fabrizio. Blocking foul going to be called on Parker Rust. That'll be his 4th. That's going to put Wyatt Fabrizio at the free throw line. Wyatt yet to shoot free throws tonight. Cody Layton going to come in and replace Zach Hansen. 2:09. 14-point lead for the Tigers. They are at the free throw line to shoot 1-1. And Fabrizio's shot is up and good. Excuse me, we had a 12-point lead. Now it is a 13-point lead, and make that 14 as Fabrizio hits the second. 3-pointer up for the Longhorns by Rust. It is no good. Leffler with the rebound. He'll get it off to Bateman. Bateman then is going to be fouled. I believe that's going to be on Devin Lindsay. No, they're going to call that on Rust. That'll be 5 on Parker. So Parker will foul out with 6 points. It'll put Bo Bateman at the line as Zach Hansen will come in for the Longhorns. Bateman 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Just under 2 minutes, 1:58 to go here in the game. the Tigers with their biggest lead, and Bateman extends that to a 15-point lead. And he will have one more. And it is up and good for Bo Bateman. Ashley Regional, making communities healthier. Dr. Burke Young and Dr. Adam Madsen providing orthopedic care at Ashley Regional. Need a family physician? Visit our website at ashleyregional.com for a list of all of our physicians. Moon Lake Electric in operation, providing power to the area since 1938. Owned by the people they serve. Moon Lake is a cooperative, not privately owned. Find and like them on Facebook. Savage is a proud sponsor of ETV's coverage of high school basketball. Don't forget to check out the Sports Spin on VTV. That's Thursdays at 6:30. Mark and John bring you weekly highlights and analysis from all of your Basin teams. Like the Sports Spin on Twitter and Instagram. So a 16-point lead for the Tigers as they have taken control here in the fourth quarter. Longhorns will inbound. It's going to be Lindsey. He'll go off to Layton for a quick three-pointer. No good. Long rebound to Hanson. Back to Layton. Off to Hanson. His three-pointer fired up and no good. And Wyatt Fabrizio come away with the rebound. He's going to be fouled. That'll be Riley Brayman, and that'll be 5 on Riley as well. So he will join Parker over there on the bench. And that will bring Cooper Rust in the game for the Longhorns. And it'll send Wyatt Fabrizio to the free throw line. Wyatt 2 for 2 from the line so far tonight. And make that 3 for 3 as he hits the first. He'll have one more. Number 23, Mason Hamilton checks in for Jackson Fabrizio. And Fabrizio's free throw no good. Rebound by the Longhorns. Lindsey will drive. He will then kick it off to Christensen. He'll fire up a three-pointer. No good. Wagner comes away with it. Layton knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Tabiona ball. 1:29 to go. And Wyatt Fabrizio go to Leffler. Leffler back to Fabrizio. Fabrizio off to Wagner. Back to Leffler. Leffler will throw it to Bateman. A lot of contact, nothing called. Now we're going to have a foul on Cody Layton. It'll be 2 on Cody. It's going to send Bateman to the line. Bateman 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He will shoot a pair. His first one is up and good. And his second one is good as well. Lindsey will bring it across, fire up a three-pointer. It is good for Devin Lindsey. Pressure now being applied. Wagner will get it across. He's going to get fouled by Devin Lindsey. That'll be the first on Devin. And that'll send Bateman to the free throw line. Bateman's shot is up and off the rim, no good. First miss of the night for Bo Bateman. He will have one more. And it's good. Number 22, Hayes Giles will check in for the Tabiona Tigers. He'll replace Bateman. Lindsay has it knocked away, and Leffler's going to come away with the ball. And he's going to get fouled. I think it's going to be on number 22, Cooper Rust. That'll be 2 on Cooper. That'll put Leffler at the free throw line. Leffler is 2 of 3 tonight from the free throw line. He'll shoot a pair. And it is good. So this will squarely put Tabiona in 3rd place as they will move to a record of 3 wins and 4 losses. Number 33, that is Kason Abbott, will check in for the Longhorns, as will number 30, Carter Arnold. Leffler will shoot one more, and it is good as well. He's going to be replaced by Hunter Peterson and also number 14, Andy Weaver. So both teams getting in some younger kids as it is a 56-37 lead. Abbott will go to Hanson. Going to work off the Russ screen, fire up a shot off the rim, no good. Hamilton will come away with the rebound. I think that foul is going to be on Cooper Rust. I think Mason Hamilton will be shooting the free throws. Mason will fired up and in on his first shot. Makes it a 20-point lead for Tabiona. Hamilton will have one more. And it is no good. Rebounded there by Hanson. Goes off to Arnold. Now to Hanson. Inside to Rust. Russ will kick it off to Abbott. Abbott goes to Hanson. Fires up a three-pointer off the rim. No good. That's Hayes Giles with the rebound. He has it stolen away by Christensen. Christensen off to Rust. Rust is going to be fouled. So with 16.6 seconds to go, Cooper Rust will be at the free throw line to shoot a couple. Foul going to be on Mason Hamilton, his first. The Longhorns will drop to 1-5, and the Tigers will go to 3-4 as Cooper missed the first. And checking in, that is number 21. I believe that is Colton Iverson. I don't have a 21, but I have a name without a number on my roster, so we'll say that's Colton Iverson. As Cooper Rust's shot is no good. Hanson gets the rebound, puts it up. He's going to be fouled, so he will go to the free throw line and shoot a couple. Foul on Peterson. And the shot is up for Hanson. It is good. Six of 8 so far for Zach from the free throw line. Second one long, no good. And going to stay with the Longhorns. 12.6 seconds. Kason Abbott set to inbound. He'll go to Christensen. Christensen loses control, able to get it back. He will drive, ball knocked out of bounds by the Tigers. So with 6.8 seconds to go, the Longhorns will look to get the last shot here. Abbott throws it out of bounds as Arnold unable to get to it. Inbound to Hamilton, and he will just let the time expire. Your final score is going to be Tabiona 57 and the Altamont Longhorns 38. This game was really fairly close until the last minute or so of the third quarter, where the Tigers were able to extend a 2-point lead and made it a 9-point lead at the end of the third quarter. and then just were able to extend it here to an eventual 19-point victory for the Tabiona Tigers. So your final score, once again, Tabiona 57, Altamont 38. This is Merlin Rasmussen signing off for VTV.